Welcome to the 97070 show. Here are your hosts, Mary Kimball and myself, Brett Thompson. Hello and welcome to the 97070 show, where we talk about sports instead of go to class. This week was a bit slower on the sports fields of Wilsonville High School because both the boys and girls soccer teams did not have a home game. Mary, can you give the details on these games?
Well, there was no soccer game scheduled for Tuesday, but on last Thursday, both the Wildcat soccer teams were supposed to play Ridgeview. The boys were going to play away and the girls at home. Because of poor air conditions throughout the state, both games were canceled for the safety of the players.
Thank you, Mary. Thankfully, the boys and girls soccer teams had matches on Tuesday earlier this week. The girls won 3-0 at Silverton, and the boys beat Silverton as well under the lights of Randall Stadium 3-1. Henry Tellez had a hat trick, scoring all 3 goals. Oscar Barón Soto also had a great game, only allowing 1 goal. Now, Mary, after you've seen these teams play for a couple of weeks, can you share your thoughts on how well you think these teams will do this year?
I'm aware of how well the other teams in the state are looking, but both of the boys and girls are playing with such passion. I know that the boys are playing with a chip on their shoulder after finishing second in state for the past 2 years. And head coach, Mr. Reschke, decided to put Henry Tellez at striker in the pass game instead of on defense. This worked out very well for the Wildcats, as he scored all 3 goals.
Yeah, he showed that he was pretty unstoppable player up at the striker position. Now to volleyball. This past week, the Wildcats played Milwaukee on last Thursday, as well as Sandy earlier this week on Tuesday. They beat Milwaukee 3-0 at home and lost to Sandy 3-1. Milwaukee is at the bottom of the NWAC, while the Pioneers are at the top. The Cats had 3 close games against Sandy, but sadly the last game did not go so well, and the Cats were given their second loss in league play this year.
I hope the volleyball team can rally together and beat Sandy when they come to our house. Last but not least, we had a football game this past week against Franklin at Randall Stadium. The students came wearing their leis, hoping to see their Wildcats bounce back from a tough loss against South Medford. Well, they got what they wanted as the Wildcats won 53-0 on Friday night.
Sadly, the Wildcats were playing without some key players in the game. D lineman A.J. Burkhead's night was cut short after an ejection in the first half. Chance Hansen was unable to play after getting a concussion against South Medford, and Andrew Gay has a hand injury that will likely sideline him for 4 weeks. He hopes to play against Sandy on the homecoming game on October 6th.
That's right, Brett. AJ was penalized for a dirty hit and was ejected early in the first half on Friday's game. Luckily, his suspension was already dismissed, and he will suit up tonight, September 15th, against the Hillsborough Spartans at Harefield.
I'm Brett Thompson.
And I'm Mary Kimball. Tune in next week for the 97070 show.